Hello, Amazon. This is D's Aquariums here. I just want to give you a little intro about some of the products that I use for my fish tanks. I have 5 freshwater fish tanks, and I've been in the hobby since 2014, I believe. 2014, 2015, right around there. And it's just been a long journey on keeping fish. I do it on my spare time, and I love to keep fish. So I'm gonna just jump into the video and show you some of the products that I use. So one of the first products that I actually use for freshwater fish is the API Freshwater Master Kit. Now this is a good test kit because keeping fish is all about healthy water and keeping clean and healthy pristine water. So when you get the kit, it'll give you 7 vials? Yeah, 7 vials of bottles and 4 bottles of these to test your water. And the different vials you test your nitrate, and your nitrites. You test your ammonias. It's 2 bottles for the ammonia. This is solution number 2. This is solution number 1. And this is your high range pH if you're keeping things like African cichlids. And this is like your standard pH. Now, when you're mixing this stuff in your tank, with you scoop this vial in, and you fill it up to this line, about 5 milliliters, and that's when you would add like your pH solution in there and shake it up, and it gives you a nice book and range on the colors to know how healthy your water is. And it also gives you like instructions, if you can see, how to do this stuff. That way you can always keep your water healthy. Now I'm going to show you the product on Amazon. It's called the API Freshwater Master Kit, $28.90. That's a good deal. You can always test your water, and it tests 800 tests, so that's really good to have. I would recommend getting this if you're starting out, or even if you're a seasoned fish keeper, because you need to create a good piece of paper and document all of your water tests. That way, if anything's going wrong in your aquarium, you'll be able to know and say, hey, maybe my pH is too low, or pH is too high, or maybe your ammonia is too high. So my next product I'm going to talk about is the water conditioner. Now, obviously, water conditioner, you would condition your water when you do a water change to make sure your water is healthy for your fish. And the one I like to use, I'm going to show you. I like to use the API tap water conditioner, the super strength. I've been using it for a couple years. I buy it on Amazon, $6 for this big bottle. It's a really big bottle, and you can get a lot of water changes in it. Just 1 milliliter will fill up a 20-gallon tank. So that's why I like to use them for all 5 of my fish tanks. Hey, Amazon customers, going good. How are you doing? All right. Another product I like to talk about for fish keeping also is the Magoon Filter 60. That is a very good filter. Up to around 5 gallons is what I use it for. It has 2 sponges, a yellow sponge to get the coarse material that come through the filter, and then a black fine mesh sponge that gets the fine particles and helps you keep clean, pristine water. So I'm gonna click over here and show you here. Yeah, I've been using these for years. These are nice little filters that you can use for your tank. That yellow sponge in the back gets out the coarse material, the very big particles, and the black sponge filters out the fine particles. And this little knob, you can control the flow of your for your fish tank. So if you want fish that have fast flow, you can turn it to the left and it'll open the valve to let the water shoot out faster. You can turn it to the right and the water will go slower for slower swimming fish like betta fish and other fish like that. I highly recommend this product. It's been doing me wonders with my fish keeping. Very good product. Now, I want to talk about another product that I love to use for my aquariums is Fluval Stratum. It's a planted medium. It's basically soil for your aquarium, and it is very good for plants and also good for shrimp if you like to keep shrimp. And it's kind of brown and little dots, not that big, just balls of clay and powder, and it's really good. Let me show you over here. Fluval Stratum, I love this. I have some video also of my fish tanks to show you. I will be giving away a free $5 Amazon gift card at the end of the stream. All you have to do is send a screenshot, follow us on Amazon, and send a screenshot to live@computerpal.live. That's live@computerpal.live to enter your chance for a free $5 gift card. Now, Fluval Stratum, I've been using this for about 2 years now, and you see the little balls of like soil. It's really good, doesn't really break down. And what I like to do is pour this at the bottom of my aquarium and then use a little bit of sand, which I'm going to talk here in a second, and help keep it from mixing up, just in case if I have like fish that like to dig and things like that. And the brown color makes it look really natural. And the shrimp, if shrimps have babies, the babies come out really clear, just in case if you have any fish that might predate on any of the shrimplets, they'll stay safer with this color. And it keeps the pH nice and neutral, maybe a little lower acidic, which is good for plants. And I've been using it very great. This stuff grows plants greatly. $23, you can't beat it. I would go ahead and get it. And you have different sizes. I usually get the 8-pound bag because I have 2 10-gallons and a 6-gallon, and then for the 20, I have a 20 long that I'm entering into an aquascaping contest. I actually got a bag of the 17.6 for $44, and it was just a steal for that price. I had to get it. All right, my next product I want to talk about is lighting. Lighting is important if you want to have great, healthy plants. I like to go for a light that's low to a medium powered and not too high power to give me a lot of algae. So I'm going to show you this lighting that I like to use. This is called the Nikru Skylid LED Plus Aquarium Light. Now I have the 12 to 18 inch because it covers my 5-gallon, which I'll show you here. So this is my 5-gallon blackwater aquarium for my betta fish, and it mimics where they come from. They come from very dark water, and the reason why the water is brown is because the tannins in the water from the leaves that I boiled, and it lowers the pH enough for the fish, and it's a very great environment. And the plants I got at the top is Salvinia minimum, which is a floating plant, and it carpets out the top and kind of filters the light for a nice dark look. But this light right here, I love it. It grows plants very great, not overpowered when it comes to lighting, and it won't give you a lot of algae. I keep my lights on for around 8 hours a day to help minimize algae risk. And another light I like to use that I'm going to show you in a minute is the Nikru Classic LED Plus light. Now on this one I have the 18 inch for my 6-gallon cube because it's kind of wide. And what I like about this, it has 3 or 4 spectrums of colors: the white, red, green, and blue. And those different spectrums help for plant growth, and it helps your plants grow amazingly. So I'm going to show you another one I have over here. This is one on my 10-gallon, and it grows plants. I have like little baby fry up here, up at the top, and this is my white cloud tank. This is a lot of Java fern. I have water sprite and some duckweed at the top to give it kind of that jungly look. Nikru will grow your plants very well, and I recommend it. Here's another shot of the light. I just float some of the water sprite at the top and my white clouds and everything like that. It's a very great product, and I recommend using the Nikru brand. As you see with the Nikru, not crazy expensive for the lights, depending on how long you have your tank. And I just recommend, because if you're just getting into the hobby, it's a great budget option for lights, because some lighting can be very expensive. All right, my next product I want to talk about is this canopy. I use H2 Pro. This is for the 20 long that I like, that I have. It's a 20 long, and this actually can fit on a 29 gallon because it's the same width as a 29 long. And this is just good if you don't like open top tanks. I have one open top tank, and this will help reduce the evaporation in your aquarium. You can just come up here. You know, they have different sizes if you go down. And it's a good product. It's just a cover for your aquarium, simple as that. My next one I want to talk about is the Lumini light. Lumini, I call it Lumini. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but I love this light. Now, this light is very great. It kind of has an angled view with the lens because it has the dome-shaped lens, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This has this yellow is a lens that goes over, so you can get the 60 degree or the 180. Both come in the box with it. Me personally, I use the 180 degree lens because it gives a wider bend to the light in the aquarium. Which they have some really good pics here. I'm gonna show you one of my tanks that I have this light on. It's on a 10 gallon. And here it is. It grows like plants like crazy. I have Fluval Stratum in there and some sand, and lots of plants in there. Crypts, Java Fern. There's the light with a filter. It grows plants crazy and gives you a nice little shimmer effect with the water where the light bounces off. I love this light. I say if you really want a light, I would go with this one. If you have the extra cash, 41 bucks, I would go with that. 41 Lumini light will cover a 10 gallon tank. So if you have like a 20 long, you would get two of these. And these are really great lights. I recommend getting them. Oh yeah, don't forget, if you want a free $5 gift card to Amazon for your chance to win, send a screenshot to live@computerpal.live for your chance to win your $5 free Amazon card. My next product is this Supernaturals Caribbean sand. Now I have this in about all my fish tanks. Really good, straight and to the point. It's just sand. I don't use sand anything other than for decorating purposes. As like you see in this tank, I use that to cover up the Fluval Stratum. It's just sand at the end of the day. It's really good price for sand, and I love the way it looks, and it's a very natural color. And my last product I want to talk about is these Aquarium Scissors here. These are very good. This little kit is very good. I actually have it right here. It comes in this nice little carrying bag, which I really like to help keep dust and stuff off of it. Now, when you order this product, it gives you 5 items if you count the bag. The first one is these scissors, right? Stainless steel, nice curved blade. That way, if you're like trimming plants and like carpet plants, like S. repens or Rotala indica, when you want to snip the plants, this is very great to go in there and trim your live aquarium plants with it. Very sharp, and they do not rust. I like these a lot. The next that comes in is this sand flattener. So when you're designing your tank or anything and you got some sand that you don't like, you just push this down and this will push the sand in front, which I'll show you real quick. Like I did in the front, I used the sand flattener to help push a lot of that Fluval Stratum down at the bottom. That way you can only see the sand and not the brown soil in the aquarium. So this comes very good when you want to design your tank and you just want a nice flow of like sand or anything else in your aquarium. It also comes with 2 sets of pin sets. It comes with a curved kind, which helps you, when you plant your aquarium, you plant them in there. I like these better. I don't like the straight ones as much when you plant, because I find it awkward to help plant. That's just my personal preference. I like the curved pin sets better. And like I said before, these do not rust. Stainless steel, only $14. I would definitely pick this up. And you see they're trimming their plants and using the pin sets to help pick up things in the aquarium. I like this stuff a lot. All right. So that concludes today's intro with these aquariums. Oh, let me look at these questions real quick. Sorry, my phone went off. Let me see. Let me get a second to answer your questions. How long does it take the plants to grow? That's a good question. Depending on the type of plants that you want to go, usually to get aquariums like this one, about 2 months, to be honest. Having your lights on for 8 hours a day and doing a lot of water changes. Now this tank right here, I do one change a week, about 25 to 30%. And it'll take about 2 months for your plants to grow. A lot of these is low light aquarium plants, which is very beginner friendly, which I suggest that you start out with like Java fern and that tall spindly plant in the back. I forgot the name of that one actually. It's called eelgrass, and it's a very easy plant. You just put it in the soil and it'll kind of bend over in the water. And the plant in the front is S. repens, which can be low to medium light, depending on how you want it to grow. Like in the middle of the aquarium, it's kind of reaching up towards the light because I kind of want like a bushier look. And near the left side of the tank, it's lower. So give or take 2 to 3 months for it to fill out. And like this aquarium, this is a low light aquarium with the Nikru light. It took around 2 months for this to fully just grow in. And as long as you do your part with water changes, also, you will get a nice luscious planet tank. And it's a very great hobby. If you want more, look up Aquascaping. It has a lot of cool stuff. I'll show you here. Well, no, I won't show you. I can't do that. But anyway, yeah, give or take 2 to 3 months. All right, let me look at some more questions real quick. How long should I leave my lights on? I suggest, for me, I leave my lights on 8 hours. Some people leave them on for 10, but I leave them on for 8 because it helps me fight algae and keep algae at bay. The longer you leave your lights on, the higher risk you have for algae. Algae will happen, but if you just leave your lights on, it will... I hear an echo. Do you hear an echo? Echo. Oh. Anyway, when you leave your lights on 8 hours, I would start out with that. Leave them on 8 hours and make sure you do your water change. In this hobby, the most important thing is water change. I wouldn't worry too much about lights, which is why I use entry-level lights. All the lights I showed you, which I'll go to the screen now. All these lights I showed you, like the Lumini, the 2 Nikrus, these are very beginner entry lights, and that's why I say I don't like overly high powered lights. These are low to medium light lights, so you want to find plants that's very easy to grow in low to medium conditions, and that's how and just leave the lights on and they'll grow. That's why if you're going to get into planet tanks, that's why I suggest you get this nice cheap substrate, Fluval Stratum. It works wonders. I love it a lot. Just do your water changes and you'll be fine. Your plants will grow like crazy. They will definitely grow like crazy. Let's look at some of the reviews actually. I remember there was like some nice pictures up here of like some like other tanks. Like, see, look at this one. This is nice with the plants kind of growing in, and he has to do his water change to get rid of that algae, but he's got shrimp to help take care of that. Here's another one. You know, this is Aquascaping. You know, it's basically underwater gardening, which is a very therapeutic. I love it so much. And he has a nice carpet over there. Fluval Stratum, if you want to get into this hobby, get some Fluval Stratum and help grow your fish tanks. It will send your plants out like crazy. It's awesome. Like, these are some nice fish tanks. So it's been good. Last question. Let me see. How many fish should I have in a 10-gallon tank? That depends on the type of fish you get, depending on how big they are. For me personally, I have white clouds in a 10-gallon. I have, I think, five in there. I wouldn't put no more, depending on how big, like a beta fish. I would just put one beta fish in like a 5-gallon, which I have. Let me see. Which I have in this Blackwater tank. Let me show you. Like, this is a 5-gallon tank with the leaves and a tannin to make it look like it's natural. I would put them in a 5, and if you have like a 10 over here, and like I got a 20 coming up. Just really depends on your size fish. What type of fish do you have? I might be able to help out. What type of fish do you have?
Beta.
Oh, you have a beta? If you have a beta, just put them in there. And you can get like some snails. In this 5-gallon, actually, I have a nerite snail and 2 amano shrimp. So in a 10-gallon, I would get a beta fish, 1 nerite snail, and maybe 2 or 3 amano shrimp because they're clear colored. That way they can do their job of eating algae for you without getting pestered by the beta. It just gives or take on your beta's temperament. My beta is really relaxed and chilled. Let me see. Any more questions? Oh, sure. Your kids are working on this now. Yeah, you have to send a pic when I go live streaming again. That way I can see the progress happening. And I might be setting up another tank to show you like how this helps set up tanks just on live, just doing it live with me. Because I'm doing another, I'll show you my competition tank next week. I just show it for a quick second because I'm really not supposed to show it before the competition, but it's a natural looking stream, and I'll show you next week. Hey, yeah, only put 1 beta in the tank. Yes, because if you put more than 1 beta in the tank, they will fight to the death. So please don't put more than 1 beta in the tank. I see people do beta sororities. I wouldn't try it out. It's too risky. I would just put 1 beta in there. That's from my experience. So let me see any more questions.
Do the contest one.
All right, don't forget, before I leave, enter now, send a snapshot, a screenshot of the you following Computer Pal on Amazon at live@computerpal.live, and you will enter for your chance to win a free $5 Amazon gift card. Again, this is D's Aquariums. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.